you ever wondered which family is the richest in the world? Today, we're going to look at two super wealthy families and see who comes out on top. Get ready for an epic battle of money and power, Rothschild versus Rockefeller. Today we're diving into a world of fancy houses, fast cars, and more cash than you can imagine. We're talking about two of the richest families ever, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. These families are so rich, they make regular millionaires look poor. But here's the big question: which family is richer? It's like a money fight between two giants, and we're going to figure out who wins. Are you ready to see who has the biggest pile of cash? Let's go! The Rothschild family. First up, we have the Rothschild family. These folks have been rich for a really long time. They started making money way back in the 1800s. That's like your great-great-great-grandparents' time. The Rothschilds are famous for being really good with money. They're like the superheroes of banking. Now, get ready for this: the Rothschilds are worth over $500 billion. That's a 5 with 11 zeros after it. Can you even count that high? I bet it would take all day. Where does all this money come from? Well, the Rothschilds own a ton of stuff. They have over 1,800 big buildings all over Europe. That's more houses than most people will see in their whole life. They also own a bunch of other things that make money, like parts of big companies. But wait, there's more. The Rothschilds make $79 billion every year. That's like getting $1 million every day and still having money left over. They also have $100 billion in the stock market. That's where grown-ups buy little pieces of big companies to make more money. Oh, and here's something cool: the Rothschilds make a lot of wine. In fact, they make so much wine that 7 out of every 10 bottles of wine sold in Europe come from them. That's a lot of grape juice. The Rockefeller family. Now let's meet our other money champion, the Rockefeller family. These guys are also super rich and have been around for a long time. You might have heard about them in school because they're a big part of American history. The Rockefellers make about $5 billion every month. That's like getting $1 from every person in China. In a whole year, they make about $60 billion. It's not as much as the Rothschilds, but it's still more money than most people can even think about. The Rockefellers own a lot of stuff too. They have over 1,600 big buildings in America and South America. That's like owning a small city. They also have $75 billion in the stock market, just like the Rothschilds. Altogether, the stuff the Rockefeller own is worth about $244 billion. That's like having a stack of dollar bills that could reach the moon. The money battle. Now that we know how rich both families are, let's see who wins in different areas. It's like a money Olympics. Round 1, net worth. In this round, we're looking at how much money each family has in total. Remember, the Rothschilds have over $500 billion. The Rockefellers have about $244 billion. That's a lot for both, but the Rothschilds are way ahead. They win this round. Round 2, houses and buildings. Both families have a ton of cool houses and buildings. The Rothschilds own places all over Europe and even in the United States. They have houses that look like castles and even own a whole village. All their buildings are worth about $36 billion. The Rockefellers have fewer buildings, but they're worth about $25 billion. They had a really fancy house in New York City that was worth $30 million all by itself. Both families also own fancy hotels. The Rothschilds have 13, and the Rockefellers have 14. It's close, but the Rothschilds win again because their buildings are worth more money overall. Round 3, boats and planes. Now let's look at their cool toys. The Rothschilds have 55 big fancy boats called yachts. One of them, called Planet 9, is worth $102 million. It has its own movie theater and a place for helicopters to land. How cool is that? The Rockefellers have about 40 yachts, which is still a lot, but not as many as the Rothschilds. Their boats are nice too, but not quite as fancy. When it comes to airplanes, the Rothschilds have a super fancy jet that's worth $62 million. It can fly really far without stopping and has internet inside. The Rockefellers have some private jets too, but we don't know as much about them. We do know they had 3 jets that were worth about $30 million each. The Rothschilds win this round too because they have more boats and fancier planes. Round 4, Cars. Both families have some really cool cars. The Rothschilds have a car from 1932 that's worth $7 million. They also have another old car that's super rare and can go as fast as an airplane from back then. The Rockefellers like cars too. One of them had 67 special cars. Another has a car that's so rare, there are only 40 like it in the whole world. This round is really close, but we'll give it to the Rockefellers because they seem to love collecting cars more. Round 5, Being important. This isn't about money, but it's still cool to know. Both families are really important and know a lot of powerful people. The Rothschilds know a bunch of other rich people like Mark Zuckerberg, he made Facebook, and Michael Bloomberg. They also own parts of big banks and are friends with important people in the Catholic Church. The Rockefellers know a lot of important people in American politics. They're even friends with the royal family in England. They're also friends with important people in the Catholic Church. This round is super close, but we'll give it to the Rothschilds because they seem to know more rich and powerful people. The winner. Okay, it's time to add up the scores. The Rothschilds won 4 rounds, and the Rockefellers won 1. So, the winner of our rich family battle is the Rothschild family. But wait! There's a twist. The Rockefellers are really good at hiding how much money they have. They use special accounts and family trusts to keep their wealth secret. So, they might actually have more money than we think. What we learned. We learned that both the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are super duper rich. They have more money than most of us can even imagine. They own lots of houses, fancy cars, big boats, and private planes. The Rothschilds seem to be richer, but the Rockefellers might have secret money we don't know about. Both families are really important and know lots of powerful people. Remember, having a lot of money doesn't always make you happy. What's really important is being kind, having good friends, and doing things you love. Wow, what an amazing journey through the world of the super rich. I hope you had fun learning about these wealthy families. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more cool videos like this, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Leave a comment below telling us what rich family you'd like to learn about next. And hey, if you know anyone who loves learning about money and rich people, share this video with them. They'll think you're super cool. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't need to be a Rothschild or a Rockefeller to be awesome. You're already great just the way you are. See you in the next video.